you know, experience it, see what it's like, see what I like and see what I don't like. And then as I learn more, as I get more into the hobby or the undertaking, then I'll look for specific things. Like, I need this to work better for me. So I'll look for what is better for this. Harbor Freight, yeah, is a good resource for cheap stuff. Out of all of those things, Seijo-kun, the snippers are probably the most important, or the most likely to be either really good or really bad. Depending upon exactly what you're doing and exactly what you expect out of the hobby, good versus bad snippers can make all the difference. Because if you want to do a single cut and then trim, you're going to need something that is tuned fairly flush, like it's built with good contact between the two blades and good alignment. So rather than being like this, where they'll pass each other and kind of twist the plastic in between, they'll just come together and stop. You can do some of that yourself. You can, if there's a little bit of overlap, you can actually bend it a little bit, or you can file it down to sharpen those edges. Thank you for the lurk, Mike. But from what I personally have seen of the ready-made kits, of which there are many, but most of them are pretty much the same on Amazon, there were decent starts. I would definitely, if I was just getting in out of nowhere, want to build some Zoids, from what you read, can be quite complicated. Just recommend to begin with a low-grade Gundam. Okay. Depends on the Zoids. I mean, there are Zoids that aren't that complex, but a low-grade Gundam would definitely get you nice, easy, cheap, low stress, low pressure introductions to the concepts and the feelings of it all. Like an entry grade. If you can get an entry grade Gundam for 10 euros or less, that's an hour and a half to 2 hours of experience. And you kind of can't get them wrong, because worst case scenario, you can just break the parts out of the sprues the way that the entry grade ones are made. High grade, which is the next level up, but still not particularly complex, will give you most of the experience that you need. And those can also be had for relatively cheap. They're also very small, about yay big. High grade is ironically on the lower grade side, definitely. But it's a nice cheap way to just try. And if you mess something up a little bit, it's not that big of a deal. Worst case scenario, you can always glue it. You don't have to, though. Do I think live streaming on Twitch is better than YouTube? Yes, I do. I think it's a better community, at least for what we do, for the Lego stuff. Wisconsin Lego Whiz, how are you doing? Good evening to you. Rough day, but I did get the city streaming done. The debut of the city streaming rig for the public occurred. You can find it on this VOD. I put a camera on a train and everything. Went around the city, went under it. Sound was working. Everything worked. It's been a rough day, man. It's been a really rough day with the Comcast fight. Like really, really rough. But I didn't let them stop me from doing that. And it worked. And then, without breaking the stream, without breaking the VOD, without splitting it, I switched from the city over to here. And that worked too. So I can't ask for much more. You love Gundam Wing, so you thought about a death scythe. About 20 euros. Okay. Death scythe with the wings, 20 euros. Yeah, I can see that. It feels a little bit expensive for a high grade, but it's not bad. It's not bad at all for your first, and it's going to be something that you'll enjoy. Yeah, Death Scythe is very striking. Nodak Shack, sleep well. Thank you. Take care. Like model building, but painting is too much. You'd get way too particular. Wookie, try Gundam building. Try Bandai sprue kit building. No painting. Snap fit. The highest grade Mitchell does stuff is real grade. Well, the highest grade I think is actually perfect grade, but for a given scale, same size, entry grade, entry grade, high grade. Same thing, to the untrained eye, looks identical. Very similar articulation in this particular case. There aren't many entry grades yet. They're very good. A little more detail for the high grades. High grades still very easy to do. Even a newcomer, complete newcomer, can successfully build a high grade and be happy with it. At the same scale, at the same size, you can get real grades, which are way more complex. And then there's a larger scale. So this is 144th scale. At a larger scale, there are no grades like this one, which is effectively a high grade, but larger. It's not very complex, but it's bigger. It's 1/100th scale. Most of the 1/100th scales are master grade, which is like a larger real grade. So more complex, more details. There's a size larger than this, which is 1/60th scale. That's where you get to perfect grade. So here we've got the standard size, which is 1/144.